as the president of the federation? Or should we just rule that out and then cut him some slack?
That stalled our basketball for a long while, and I don't think we've recovered from that. We're still trying to claw away, especially domestically. Like I said, whatever victory we got at the Afro-Basket, that's just papers over the crack, because developmentally we've stalled, the league has stalled. And I don't like finger pointing. Okay. Eventually it got cleared, and then we went about our business, but things have not been the same since then. We see the league with this limited amounts of sponsorship, and it's not enough to go round. We are not seeing talents coming through. We have to indeed wait for those outside to shine and then bring them back to play at the senior level.
So we were importing success and exporting talents.
We've been doing that for a long time. We've been doing that for a long time.
Okay.
But I'm looking forward to someone who is willing to come on board and work for the system itself, because we tend to focus at the top more often than not, and not at the grassroots, which should be the proper system. Okay.
Let me just quote your thoughts there. We need to go on a short break, and when we come back, we have to get reactions from China Acheru on if a postponement of the election can be a possibility. Don't go anywhere, the game will continue. Still watching In the Game. We have been talking about the Nigerian Basketball Federation. Having the studio with me, Ibitayo Daramola, and joining Zoom, a veteran journalist who is the program manager of Wazobia FM Port Harcourt, China Acheru. And we have been talking about potential top 10 bid brewing in the Nigerian Basketball Federation. Of course, there's still speculations. We're hoping that they are not true, because they are really raising a bit of a dust there in the federation. Now, China, I did say I would like to get your reaction, because we talked about how a long process it will be having to change the statutes of the Nigerian Basketball Federation, constitution, and what has been stated in there. Would shifting, now this is an impossibility, would shifting the NBBF election, which is supposed to hold in January 2026, shifting it a bit maybe to October 2026, would that bridge the FIBA governance? Would that also give them leverage in order to make this top 10 bid intention come to fruition? And if you say yes, if the shifting would give them that time to do that, what's the possibility of getting sanctioned by FIBA?
If an election is going to be shifted, the fourth federation election will be shifted. There must be real reasons. Okay, maybe one can cite force majeure.
Okay, I think we're having that network glitch there, hoping to get China Acheru back. to give us his thoughts about that. So, Ibitayo, please, can you just continue from where China stopped there? I'm hoping that we can get his thoughts. But shifting the election right now, because we know what happens, especially when we are besieging a particular election for federations. Something plays out, and there's always a shift, there's always a postponement. With this postponement, if it happens, give them that possibility of changing the statutes in order to allow for this 4-term lead.
The reason why we have this is because some people are already disgruntled. So shifting it will mean, they now have voice. They can now put faces to those voices, because now you're in breach of their own constitution, which ideally you're supposed to have your election on that day. We are going back to the dark days of basketball, where we don't know who is in charge, where one team is going on the continent, is being led by one board, and one so-called uniform board, another team. And that's where FIBA intervened the last time, and where we had, okay, you be in charge till we have the solidity. Basically, we are on the third step. I'm just using an assumption. We are supposed to be on the 10th step. We're on the third step because we went way back. This will take us back to ground zero again. And this will be a big, big dent. Basketball is, if I'm being honest, after football in Nigeria.
Well, can't say so now.
Yeah.
You can't say so now.
And they're followed by athletics. And so basically, you end up relegating yourself. You end up pushing another sport ahead of you. And there goes your funding from domestically, because we know the government keeps funding because it's a major sport in Nigeria. So they have to be very careful with what they do and how they do things. And like China rightfully said, I don't think in his right, if you think everything's true, I don't think this will occur. I think all we hear is just, I said it off air. Sometimes you say some things just to see how people react. Their reaction will determine if you put your right foot forward or if you just hold back. I think the reactions going on now will tell them that, don't take that step.
Okay, we understand China Acheru is back with us. Thank you so much for reconnecting. So we'd like to get your thoughts. Please continue with your thoughts concerning possibility of a shift or postponement of the January 2026 elections.
Yeah, for elections in Nigeria, there are reasons that we can bring out to postpone. We can cite force majeure, maybe we can say cite security reasons, probably get some group of thugs to disrupt proceedings while delegates are being accredited, cite insecurity and move it to a further date. That can be a reason. Listen, if you want to postpone elections, you can also file a petition or go to court and claim that because of the crisis in your first term, you hadn't served a full 2 terms. Those are just like, fishing. But like Daramola said, why would you want to do all of this? Knowing, what's going to cost you, what's going to cost sports in Nigeria. I really just think that maybe if that plan had come up, sometimes you throw it out in the wild and see the reaction. It's like a scattergun. You take the shots out there and see what it hits. You watch the reaction. If the reactions come out positive, then you go forward. If they come out negative, then you sit back. But like I said, I spoke with someone I can call a very close confidant of Musa Kida, and the response that I got was, he's not even thinking about it. Then again, I also added the caveat. In politics and in life, things can change overnight. He could have changed his mind, but the much I know is that he's not thinking about it. I remember he was just put on the board of the NNPC. Now, there will be the time to juggle that responsibility and crisis in a sports federation that will be caused by you. So I really don't think, I want to just look at it as a rumor or people trying to sound out the public to know what the reaction will be like. I don't think he's going to go for a 3rd term because it's going to take a lot for him to go for a 3rd term, a lot of crisis, which I'm not sure he wants right now.
All right, we'll be hoping that these are just rumors as we perceive, because we know what the reactions and the results of this would be if they were really facts. Thank you so much, veteran journalist China Acheru, for joining us on the show today. He is the program head of Wazobia FM Port Harcourt. We appreciate your time on the show today.
pleasure is mine.